We keep seeing reports of Doria Ragland's alleged criminal past, but there's a lot of conflicting information. Some say she was in prison for 10 years. Some say it was tax evasion. Others say it's all lies. One Redditor shares credible proof of her past. The netizen claimed Doria was twice in court because landlords wanted to evict her. One in 1997, the second in 2003. In an interview with Dan Wooton, Tom claims that Doria is or was a drug dealer, and that she was absent from Meghan's life for 13 years. He can't say why for legal reasons. Meanwhile, Lady C's biography of Meghan also said she was absent for long stretches of time. A drug dealer could mean anything from a kingpin to a local distributor, or even just one transaction where she accepted compensation for a substance. Similar to how anyone who's ever accepted compensation for any sexual act can be called a sex worker. With very open phrasing, you can make an accusation that is technically true and therefore not defamation. While he doesn't provide evidence of her being a drug dealer, he's known for being reputable. He's done many biographies on famous people. His sources are airtight. He's been taken to court repeatedly and won. As he hasn't been sued, it all suggests that he's telling the truth. Tom talked about Doria going up to Humboldt County and hanging out at pot farms, probably working as a trimmigrant, then hauled back a bunch of pot to sell. The implication is that she brought it back to sell, but he doesn't directly state that. In the days before legalization, you couldn't just show up and buy it. You'd have to buy it in bulk from someone you knew, or someone you trusted. The New Zealand Herald detailed Doria's bankruptcies, which line up with the court case timelines. In 2002, as Meghan was starting her acting career, Doria filed for bankruptcy, saying she had no property of her own and reported heavy credit card debts, up to around $42,000. While recovering from bankruptcy, she had a landlord dispute in 2003. She'd moved into a 2-bedroom apartment with a friend, an exchange student, and a landlord attempted unsuccessfully to evict her. There are serious rumours of a super injunction covering the baby's births and Doria's past. You can't even legally mention if there is one in place. Criminal records are filed by a county in the United States. It's always possible she was arrested in another county, not LA, or even another state. It's always possible that the county didn't have an online system at the time and didn't upload old records. Doria also has no resume or any proof of employment during this time frame. She'd have needed money to survive somehow, so theoretically dealing would make sense. Cash business off the record, so obviously no income tax to file. That would explain the absence of those records as well. People believe a prison record must be sealed. She went away for 4 years on fraud charges. She also tried to blame Thomas Markle for this criminal act, but he was found to be innocent and she was the guilty one. We all know that Doria and Meghan are both narcissistic sociopaths. They use manipulation and reckless behaviour to get what they want. They both lack empathy. They both see others as objects they can use for their own benefit. This is how they both use Harry, and Harry, being the gullible arsehole that he is willing to continue being played by both of them.